This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. I'm your host, Josh, and today's game will be pitting the Benchwarmer team of Matt and Scott versus newcomers from the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, Davo and Kels. Welcome to the bench, Davo and Kels.
Thank you for having us here on the bench.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Yeah, why don't you take a minute and let us know where you're from, what teams you root for, and anything else you'd like to share.
Well, we're from beautiful Northwest Arkansas. We've been doing a trivia podcast together for about 2.5 years. We've been friends for over a decade. I like long walks on the beach and chocolate chip ice cream and a cuddle every now and again. You know, sometimes I want to feel safe. My teams of note, I am a very, very big Red Sox fan. I am hey now.
It's annoying.
I'm a Oakland Raiders fan, Las Vegas Raiders fan, Los Angeles Raiders fan, Raiders fan. I love the Avs. So I'm from Colorado. Did you know that, Kels?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just finding this out now. We've been friends for a decade.
Yeah, I'm from Colorado.
Yeah.
And I like the Celtics and the Nuggets when I watch the basketball.
Well, this is Kels. I am a fan of the Chicago White Sox. Watch me whenever you feel free. We're pretty bad. The Philadelphia 76ers. I don't really watch too much football now because the team I used to cheer for didn't give me anything to cheer for. So,
Who's that?
It's the team in Dallas.
Why do you refer to them by name?
Yeah,
No, I mean, if you think about it, I look at kind of like it's a relationship, and I can't stay in an abusive relationship for that long and not like win me back. I want to be Kate Hudson in Hong Kong. That's what I want to be. Like, come after me.
I want you to want me to root for you.
Exactly.
Well, wonderful. Well, welcome, guys. So Matt and Scott, how are you guys doing today, and what is your team name going to be?
Today's beautiful day here in Wisconsin. It's actually sunny and gorgeous out, and I was out doing some work today. So I was power washing today. So, you know, everyone talks, we like to talk about how often we power wash in this episode quite often. So doing some power washing and then doing some landscaping and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a great day.
I never go outside if I can help it.
I really don't much either anyway. In fact, I've been watching a lot of rom-coms with Kate Hudson and some without Kate Hudson. I prefer a good Captain Heigl one too. Those are always pretty fun. I've been listening to Triviality and their episodes lately have been the rom-com episodes. So like put me in the mood for some reason. Other than that, I've been studying for this episode. I've been studying a lot of hockey because hockey is my weakness on this podcast and it seems to cause me to lose a lot, and I need that to end. So I've been studying a lot of hockey. So I'm hoping that eventually that's going to come in handy for me. I'm trying to go like team by team and just learn about the franchises and who the good players are currently, and then, you know, going back. So I've gotten up to I'm at the Red Wings now. So I'm going alphabetically by city. So I have I got the ads. I'm ready to go on the ads. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Our team name, and I guess we'll reveal ours, and then these guys can reveal theirs. But our team name, Hawk and Animal, also known as the Legion of Doom. But we're going to go with their original name there, and that's the Road Warriors.
All right, the Road Warriors. And Davo and Kels, what is your team name for the game?
I think you should handle this, Kels.
Well, Davo was going to be Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Kels is going to be Bret the Hitman Hart, the Hart Foundation, baby. Greatest tag team of all time, baby.
I don't have enough beard.
All right. Well, let's get this game underway. Now on to the rules. We'll be starting off with our tailgate to warm up the teams. This will be followed by 4 quarters of play, each with a different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I'll explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we'll have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions pertaining to sports. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored as the true benchwarmers they are. Let's start it off with the tailgate, consisting of 3 warm-up questions worth 10 points each. Question 1. Who was the first overall pick in the 2015 NFL Draft by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Long ago. This year alone has been like 4 years. So
We can check in.
The Road Warriors checked in, so Heart Foundation, you guys can talk it out.
hey, well, how you feel about this one?
I feel ambivalent.
I don't know if I like that.
Maybe emotional, a little emotionally stunted. I keep wanting to say Jameis Winston,
I mean,
but I don't think that's right.
really? Did they suck as bad like the year after they got James?
No, I don't think so.
I
want to say Jameis Winston.
He's the only number one that I can think of for them.
Yeah, I want to say Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
You want to check in with that?
Yeah, I feel good about that.
All right, we're going to check in with that.
All right, the Heart Foundation has checked in with Jameis Winston and the Road Warriors. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I got tripped up by the year at first. First thing I typed to Matt here was that Jameis, and then I was like, wait, was it Goff? Was it Jadeveon Clowney? They were all kind of drafted around that time. But then as soon as you said Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that was the linchpin for us. So we also checked in with Jameis Winston.
All right, the Road Warriors also check in with Jameis Winston, and the correct answer is Jameis Winston. As I mentioned in the question, he was drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out of Florida State University.
And no issues at Florida State. He perfectly clean career, no problems, nothing. It's great, yeah.
Unfortunate seafood allergy, but other than that.
Yeah. Question 2. Who was the first overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft by the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Go ahead, Matt. I know you want to check in.
I'm just checking with you. Is that who it is? Yep. No. Oh, yeah. Okay, we can check in.
All right, so the Road Warriors have checked in, so Heart Foundation, you guys can talk it out.
It's either Wiggins or Towns.
So Davo, well, Wiggins wasn't.
He was drafted by the. He was traded.
He was traded there
as a draft pick.
Cavs.
Okay, so it's got to be Towns.
Yeah. Let's go with Cat.
All right, so the Heart Foundation is checking in with the big cat, Karl Anthony Towns. Road Warriors, what do you guys got?
Yep, I originally wrote to Scott saying Wiggins, but then he corrected me real quick and said it was Karl Anthony Towns.
That's exactly what happened to us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's the same thing.
And the correct answer is Karl Anthony Towns. He is the only first overall draft pick that the Timberwolves have ever had, though they should have had more due to records in the past with their bad luck in the draft lottery. And he was out of the University of Kentucky. Question number 3. Who was drafted first overall by the Edmonton Oilers in the 2015 NHL draft?
Hey, well, this is all you.
All right. I'm gonna check in.
All right. Heart Foundation's checked in. Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
I haven't gotten to Edmonton. I'm on Detroit. I'm on D. That's literally the next team I have to study.
We are the greatest Canadian tag team of all time. So we have to check in fast.
It's true.
All right. So is the person Canadian or are they Russian? So do you have any idea?
You know I don't.
I have no clue either. So
all right. So I don't even know if that was the year Connor McDavid went number 1 overall. I think it might have been.
Connor McDavid, isn't that an MMA fighter?
That's McGregor.
No, that's Conor McGregor.
That was funny. I knew it was wrong.
With you, I never know if you're being serious or not.
Okay.
I think it's Connor McDavid.
We'll check in with that.
All right. So Road Warriors are checking in with Connor McDavid. And Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
Connor McDavid.
And the correct answer is Connor McDavid.
Hey, good pull,
he is Canadian. And the reason I picked 2015 is because I wanted to do this theme. And he was the only NHL draft pick that I had heard of in, being somebody. So I thought for a warm up, that's probably the right year to go with.
Yes.
There you go. Good call.
Well, Jack Eichel went number 2 overall that year, so he's pretty well known for the Sabres. Yeah, I'm showing off because I got a hockey question, boys. Oh, what a rush!
All right, so heading into the first quarter, we have a score of 30-30. Today's first quarter will be the Dean's List. For this quarter, there will be 3 top 10 lists where the teams will go back and forth guessing items on the list. If a team guesses incorrectly at any point in a list, the other team can attempt to finish out the list. Each team is allowed 1 mulligan to be used after an incorrect guess. Each item is worth 10 points. So our first list is the top 10 point scorers for the Chicago Bulls in the 1990s. So from, cumulatively from 1990 to 1999. And we will let the Hart Foundation as our guests go first.
Well, thank you, good sir. Would you like to go with the obvious, Dago?
Yes. Let's make sure we get something.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Michael Jordan, no surprise, is number 1 on the list with 15,261 points.
Good Lord.
Totally surprised about that one. I didn't see that coming at all. Should we go with the second obvious one there? Let's go with Mr. Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen, no surprise, is number 2 on the list with 11,963 points in the 90s.
Davo, would you like to go with the Croatian sensation?
Yes. I like me a bit of Croatian sensation.
All right, Tony Kukoc.
Tony Kukoc is number 3 on the list with 5,716 points. So obviously there's been a bit of a fall off.
That's a significant drop from 2 to 3.
He had a late start.
We got a bunch of names there, Scott. Which one do you want to do next?
I'm just typing a bunch, like everyone I can think of on any of those teams, and then seeing which one you feel most comfortable about. I can tell you who it's not. It's not Elton Brand because they drafted him in 1999. I don't think he made it.
Yeah.
And if he did, that's incredible.
Technically, just to let you know, anybody drafted in 99 would not be on the list. These are for seasons that were fully encompassed in the 90s.
So then that first one that you just typed there, the big guy?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with Bill Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright is number 10 on the list with 1,861 points. Skating by.
Well, if Cartwright made 10 and he had one of the ugliest shooting forms I've ever seen, Davo, would you like to go with the goggled guy?
Let's do the goggle guy. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with Horace Grant.
Horace Grant is number 5 on the list with 4,223 points.
And dicey.
Right, Matt. I like the one that I put underneath Bill Cartwright, directly underneath.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yep, I agree.
All right, we're going to go with B.J. Armstrong.
B.J. Armstrong, number 4 on the list with 4,900 points.
How you feel?
Well, I kind of like my last one.
You want to go with number 5? Number 5?
Yeah.
Line up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go John Paxson.
John Paxson is not on the list. He was number 12 with only 1,581 points.
Do you want to mulligan this?
Do you want to use your mulligan on the? Now you only get 1 total for all 3 lists.
Yeah.
There are 4 answers left.
4 answers.
Right.
You want to pocket it? Maybe we
let's
need it
pocket
later
it because we're going to play the long game.
All right. So the Hart Foundation is not going to use their mulligan. So Road Warriors, you guys can try to complete the list.
So the ones that have been said so far are Jordan, Pippen, Grant, Kukoc, B.J. Armstrong, right?
And Bill Cartwright.
And Bill Cartwright. So the ones that we have left.
So I'm thinking Craig Hodges might be on this list.
Really? How many years was he there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was there early. He was in the early run of the first 3 championships. But I mean, he was a 3-point scorer.
And he was the number 2 option behind. Well, no, Pippen was still number 2, but he was number 3.
Luke Longley was on the second iteration.
How long was he there though? Too, he wasn't there and he wasn't a huge scorer, but he got about 12.
None of these guys
a game or so.
Right. None of these guys are going to be huge scorers. It was just Jordan and Pippen. Kukoc got his, but
You had Ron Harper on there too. Ron Harper was there for how many years? 2 or 3?
4 or 5.
Oh, really? That long?
Yeah, I think he got there around when Jordan was retired, and he was there through the 3 championships.
I say we go Hodges first, and then Harper after that.
All right, let's do it.
We'll go Craig Hodges first.
Yep.
Craig Hodges is not on the list.
Yes.
And he didn't even accumulate 1,000 points. I only have players down who've accumulated 1,000 points. So he was somewhere below 17th.
Below 17th. Wow.
Do you guys want to use your mulligan?
I know you don't want to, but they already okay. But there is 4 left, but the chances of us,
Right.
I'll bet you $1 all 4 of the ones that are left are ones that you have written out here.
Maybe, but I don't want to risk it. Let's save it.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are not using. So the remaining 4 on the list. At number 6, the current coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr, with 3,109. Number 7, Matt mentioned him, Ron Harper with 2,760 points. You guys also mentioned number 8, Luke Longley with 2,326 points. And at number 9, nobody mentioned him, another Bill.
Wennington.
Bill Wennington. 1,871.
Wennington putting no buck.
Right? I don't remember that.
I'm shocked about Longley.
Yeah, so Longley wasn't on the list, right?
No, he was.
No, Longley was
okay.
great. After that, there was Will Perdue, John Paxson, which we talked about, Stacey King, Randy Brown, Scott Williams, Dickie Simpkins, and Dennis Rodman. So
I was going to say Rodman was way down there. What was he, number 20?
He was number 17. He was the lowest of the ones to score at least 1,000 points in the decade.
Yeah.
So
I would have put Judd Bushler over Dennis Rodman as far as scoring.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Scott Burrell even.
Yeah, that's saying.
So each team earned 30 points off of the first list. Not bad. Moving on to list number 2. We have the top 10 NFL kickers with most field goals made in a career. And this time the Road Warriors will get to go first.
I don't know if you're sleeping, but I just put 2 in the chat there.
Oh, did you?
I say we go with the second one I put. I know he's going to be on this list.
Yeah, and played forever. So, yeah, go with that one.
We're going to go with Adam Vinatieri.
Adam Vinatieri is number 1 on the list with 599 made field goals.
Let's go with Morton Anderson.
Morton Anderson is number 2 on the list with 565 made field goals.
Okay, so we're going to go with Josh's all-time favorite kicker, Gary Anderson. Love you, buddy.
Gary Anderson, number 3 on the list with 538 field goals. Hey, he only missed 1 kick that season. Just happened to be the biggest kick.
It's not. I didn't say Blair Walsh, so I mean.
Actually, I dislike Blair Walsh much more than I dislike Gary Anderson. I actually like Gary Anderson.
No, and he had a really good season that year. You can't blame him for missing 1.
Nope.
And plus, at the time that he missed it, it wasn't like it was at the end of the game. It was still with plenty of time left.
It was close to.
All right, we don't need to get down into this stuff. The
Packer fan can use it up on the.
This opens some old wounds.
Yeah, some scar tissue right there.
So let's go with the one you mentioned in chat there, Kels.
Oh, Sebastian.
Yes, that one.
All right, Sebastian Janikowski is tied for 9th. With 436 made field goals.
I think the one that I just typed here a minute ago, I mean, he played for 21 years.
Yeah. I mean, I know he played for a long time.
Yeah. You mind if we go with that one?
I don't love it, but yeah, let's go for it. I mean, I trust you if you feel so strongly about it.
All right, we're going to go with Detroit Lions, Jason Hansen.
Jason Hansen is number 4 on the list with 495 made field goals.
Hey, I get once or twice a year I pull something out.
I remember, the Detroit Lions kick a lot of field goals. They don't score a lot of touchdowns.
They don't score a lot of touchdowns, that's for sure.
Let's go with Jason Elam.
Jason Elam, the other player tied at 9th with 436 made field goals.
Hey.
Well, Well played, David.
Yeah, I like that next one, Scott. Do it.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, Elam and him were contemporaries. So when I think of Elam, I also think of David Akers. We're going to go David Akers.
David Akers is not on the list. He is 12th all time with 386. We have 4 left, numbers 5 through 8. Would you like to use your mulligan or save it for list number 3?
Oh, wait, so we have, how many have we gotten correct so far? 3, and they...
You each, again, currently have 3 correct guesses.
I don't know, Matt. Part of me wants to use it.
But also, I think a part of me also says that those 2 that you wrote in a row up there just a couple minutes ago, I'm going to say that both of those 2 are on the list.
Well, they said one of them, so we know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so they said Prater. That's right. Yeah.
Nope, they didn't. But now we have to say it. Now we have to use the mulligan and say it.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't say that name, and now you just did. Let's use the mulligan.
All right, so the Road Warriors are using their mulligans. So you guys are teed back up.
And now we have to go with Matt Prater.
Matt Prater is not in the top 20.
What? That's surprising.
Yeah, it is. He's been around forever.
So the Road Warriors have exhausted their mulligan, and Heart Foundation, you guys can try to finish out the list.
Okay. I'd like to go with Phil Dawson.
Phil Dawson, number 8 on the list with 441 made field goals.
So the current kicker for the Patriots, Gostkowski, I mean, he was their kicker when they set the scoring record. He's been their kicker forever. He's been there for a long time. I just don't know if he's been there, 438 field goals long time.
Fair enough. And who was the kicker from the Manning era Colts though?
Terry was there for a bit.
That was like before.
That was later, right?
Vanderjack is what I was thinking about.
Mike, good old Mike.
That's what I was thinking about.
The drunk kicker.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had that long a career though.
Fair enough. I don't know. This is your wheelhouse again. I trust you at this point.
I'm running out of kickers to kick down the road. I actually have a thought. I'm gonna try one since we can't. We're a little bit ahead. I want to take a risk on one, if you don't mind.
I do not.
All right, I'm gonna say George Blanda, because he played forever and kicked forever.
George Blanda is not on the list nor in the top 20.
Oh, sorry, Kels.
That's all right.
So there are 3 kickers left. Would you like to use your mulligan or save it for item 3?
Let's pocket that. Yeah. Save it.
All right. So the 3.
Josh, can I guess one here?
Sure.
We had a left field.
Sure.
Is Jan Stenerud on there?
Jan Stenerud is not in the top 10, but was 16th overall.
Okay.
So number 5 was John Carney with 478.
So the Panthers forever?
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Matt Stover, 471.
Okay.
And
Baltimore.
7th is John Casey. Actually, I think Casey was
John Casey's the Carolina guy.
Carolina kicker.
Carney.
Oh,
yeah.
I get my Caseys and Carneys mixed up.
Yeah.
So those were the 3 that rounded out the 10. Others in the 10 to 20 were Matt Bryant. We mentioned David Akers, Nick Lowry, Robbie Gould, Stephen Gostkowski is 15th. Jan Stenerud, Norm Johnson, Ryan Longwell, Olindo Mare, and Eddie Murray.
So Vanderjack wasn't on the top?
Vanderjack is not in the top 20. Yeah, remember, there were a lot of touchdowns scored for Peyton Manning's Colts.
That's right. Yeah.
So, and that's why Stephen Gostkowski, I think, is down quite a bit. You think, yes, he was on the Patriots kicking for a long time. He just kicked a lot of extra points.
And Vinatieri started with the Patriots and then moved over to the Colts then too.
Correct. Yep.
Right.
Okay. So that moves us on to list 3, and Heart Foundation still has their mulligan. List 3, I need the top 10 players with the most career hits while playing for the Boston Red Sox.
This is all you.
And we're back to start with the Heart Foundation.
This is all you.
Yeah.
I got one.
Well, you say you're one. Well, I think of others.
Well, I got to go with Teddy Ballgame, Ted Williams.
Ted Williams is number 2 on the list with 2,654 hits.
Let's go with that first one. We both seem to agree on that.
Yeah, we'll go with Carl Yastrzemski.
Carl Yastrzemski, number 1 on the list with 3,419 hits.
I'm wiped. That was my other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Go with it.
yes, was my other guy. No, yeah, they just went with it. No. So.
Oh, your other guy is taken by our opponent?
Yes.
That's no good. David Ortiz.
David Ortiz is number 6 on the list with 2,079 hits.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Yeah,
man.
that's a good pick, man.
Go with it there, Scott.
All right, we're going to go with Fred Lynn.
Fred Lynn is not in the top 10. So, Heart Foundation, you guys get to try and finish out the list, and you have your mulligan.
So I want to lock in. I want to say Dwight Evans.
Dwight Evans, number 4 on the list.
Yeah,
Nice pull.
I want to say Jim Rice.
Jim Rice, number 3 on the list with 2,452 hits.
All right.
This has got to be how Scottie Pippen felt watching Mike on the ice. I'm gonna let you do work, and I'll get back first no defense.
I want to say Nomar.
Garcia Parra.
You're checking in with Nomar, or you're going Nomar?
Nomar.
Nomar is not in the top 10. He was 17th with 1,281 hits. So I'm assuming you guys would like to use your mulligan.
No, they don't. They don't need to use it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go crazy.
We're gonna use the mulligan.
All right, Heart Foundation, you're teed back up.
All right, Dave. How long did Pedroia play in Boston?
Still playing. Played a long time.
Really? He's still in Boston?
Yeah, he's very injury prone in this stage of his career.
Oh, okay. How good was he?
Very AL MVP. He's a good player.
Okay. How long was
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Wade Boggs.
I was wondering when we were going to get to Wade Boggs.
Yeah.
Wade Boggs, number 5 on the list with 2,098 hits.
How long was Manny there? Or Johnny Damon?
Good. Manny was there almost 10 years. He was there for a while. Manny had a good run.
Okay.
And he's a good pick.
Whatever you feel comfortable with, man.
He was there longer than Nomar. See, I'm going to kick myself because I am forgetting a bunch of really notable players, and I'm going to kick myself. But we're talking longevity, but Pedroia, Manny Ramirez, we're doing it.
Manny Ramirez is not in the top 10. He barely cracked the top 20. He was 20.
Oh.
So
wow.
the
Josh,
4.
can I throw one out there?
Sure.
Oh.
Is Babe Ruth on that list?
No, Babe Ruth was not on the list.
I didn't think so.
He was there for 7 years, so I thought maybe.
So number 7 on the list is Bobby Dewar. Number 8 on the list was mentioned, Dustin Pedroia.
Kels.
Number
No, I
9.
didn't feel comfortable.
Number 9, Harry Hooper. And
good old Harry
number
Hooper.
10, a little callback to episode 1, Dom DiMaggio.
Oh,
Good old Dom.
DiMaggio.
That is why I picked the career hits top 10 so that we could get a Dom DiMaggio reference callback.
Beautiful.
Way back in episode 1.
Won me a game.
Nice.
So after the first quarter, we have the following scores. The Road Warriors are sitting at 100 points, and the Heart Foundation has the lead with 150 points. Today's second quarter will be David v. Goliath. This quarter will consist of 5 pairs of questions, one easier, David, and one harder, Goliath. After hearing both questions, each team will pick one of the 2 questions to answer, either David or Goliath. Each David question is worth 20 points, and each Goliath question is worth 50 points. All right, question 1, David. Who is the only two-time winner of the Heisman Trophy? Question 1, Goliath. Who won the first Heisman Trophy in 1935?
Well, we can check. We can check in.
All right, Heart Foundation is checked in, so Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
Yeah, you're right with the David Archie Griffin.
Obviously.
Yeah. The Goliath, I've never heard that name before. Jay Berwanger.
Yeah, I know he's the first of something, and I can't remember if it's the first Heisman Trophy winner, the first number 1 overall draft pick. Like he's the first of a pretty substantial list.
Do you have any idea where he went to school?
Probably Notre Dame. Everybody back in the 30s went to Notre Dame.
Do you know like what position he played?
Nope. I don't. I mean, there weren't wide receivers back then, right, Matt?
Well, this was 35. Is that what he said? They would have been called ends. Yeah. So
my only issue is like we're down 50 already.
Yeah.
Coming into this,
and it's all my fault, Matt Prater. Screw you, Matt Prater.
You're not the first person to say that.
No, definitely.
Probably not won't be the last.
Oh, we just lost the listener. Oh no.
Yes, we lost the one Matt Prater fan out there. Like, oh, I was so into these guys.
How dare you?
I don't know, Matt. Like, I feel like this is an area where we can
go for it.
Make up some points.
This is something I should know. This is like ancient sports history, and this is my thing. So
Matt's wheelhouse.
Yeah, it is.
Matt's wheelhouse.
It is my wheelhouse.
I'm disappointed in you.
Ancient sports history.
Pre-1965 is my especially football. I should know this one, but I don't.
I think we should go for it. Why not?
All right, we're going to go ahead and check in with Goliath, and the answer being Jay Berwanger.
All right, the Road Warriors are checking in for Goliath with Jay Berwanger. And Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
University of Chicago, I believe, Jay Berwanger.
So it wasn't answered officially, but we'll talk about the David first. The correct answer of the only two-time winner is Archie Griffin. He won back-to-back Heisman trophies in 74 and 75 for Ohio State University.
The Ohio State University.
Nope, for Ohio State University. Nope. I'm not gonna feed into their ego. No. They're Ohio State University. And the Goliath, the correct answer is Jay Berwanger. He won while playing for the University of Chicago. Good job, Kels. And
go Maroons.
And in 1936, Scott, you'll be glad to hear this, Berwanger was the first player ever drafted into the National Football League in its inaugural 1936 NFL draft. So he was first for both.
There we go.
Ooh, good call.
Kels, who was the coach of that Chicago team?
I couldn't tell you.
Vince Lombardi, probably?
No, wasn't that Stagg?
Who?
Stagg?
Amos Alonzo Stagg.
I don't know who that is.
He was like the big famous coach of college football for like the first 40 or 50 years of college football. Stagg was the big guy. There's a whole ton of stuff. And then the University of Chicago just axed the program.
I just know that Berwanger, his award wasn't called a Heisman because they didn't call it that until the next year after John Heisman died. It was a downtown athletic club
award or something.
Yeah.
So then retroactively they gave him the credit for being the first Heisman winner.
First Heisman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to question 2. David, who was the last American League pitcher to win AL MVP in 2011? Question 2, Goliath. Prior to 2011, who was the last American League pitcher to win the AL MVP in 1992?
Talk to me, Goose. What you got?
Yeah, I think you're right, Scott. So we're going to go ahead and check in.
Yep.
All right, the Road Warriors have checked in, so Heart Foundation, you guys can talk it out.
Okay.
I'm very positive on the David question. It's kind of my nature to be positive on David questions. So I kept wanting to say someone like Apier, in 92, but I don't think it's Kevin Apier. I want to say there was a weird, like, why did he win the MVP kind of MVP in 92?
What did he pitch for?
But we have a bit of a lead, so let's just go with what we know.
Points on the board.
Yeah, points on the board.
All right. We'll check in with the David.
Okay, and your answer is?
Justin Verlander.
All right, so Heart Foundation checks in with David, with Justin Verlander. And Road Warriors, what do you guys got?
Well, we checked in with the David, but we know the Goliath now, but we're checked in with David with Justin Verlander.
Okay, and just for fun, do you want to say who you came up with for your 92?
It was Dennis Eckersley. He had like 53 saves that year or something stupid.
So the correct answer to Goliath, as Matt just said, is Dennis Eckersley. That year, he also won the AL Rolaids Relief Man Award. And
the Rolaids Relief Man. It's a big Rolade on his mantle.
And the correct answer to David was Justin Verlander. That year, he finished the year with the pitching Triple Crown.
Ooh.
So both teams getting points for the David. Moving on to question 3. David, in 2017, MLS expanded, adding what 2 teams that share the same team name? Question 3, Goliath. Of the original 10 MLS teams from 1996, what team is the only one that no longer exists? Note, 4 of the original teams have had name changes.
So 2017 they expanded,
adding 2 teams with the same team name.
So you want that same team name or the cities?
It's really the cities because the team
name is the
same. See, I'm just trying to get
if you can give me
every angle.
If you can give me the location, that would be fine. The 2 locations would be fine. And if you want to throw in what their team name is, that'd be great too.
Davo, I can assure you anything you type, I'm willing to go with.
Oh, come on. I need a little bit more objectivity.
I can name like 3 teams.
We'll check in with our answer.
All right. So Heart Foundation is checked in. So Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
Okay. So because New York when they expanded, I thought that New York got a second team, didn't they? Right? Because New York had another team before and then they got the Red Bulls or something recently.
I live here and I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I know the New York, but I don't know when they came into the MLS.
Well, there's a new team in LA too. There's the Galaxy, and I think there's another team too.
Probably not.
They play at like Seafoam Stadium or something like that.
Well, how many teams did they just expanded the 2 teams, right?
I don't know.
So I like New York.
Should we just say New York and LA? Or New York and Houston?
I just feel like New York and LA wouldn't share a team name, like I don't. It'd be such major markets. That's like having the New York Lakers and the LA Lakers. Like it just wouldn't work,
But it's a brand name. It's the Red Bulls is based off of Red Bull, so it's a sponsorship thing. I think that's if we're even right. I have no clue if we're even right.
All right.
I've said that at least a dozen times before on this podcast. Edited out every single time.
We can't only do Big 4, so every once in a while we got to make.
No, there's no problem. This is a completely legitimate question. That's not the problem. The problem is that I am stupid. So that's the problem.
Matt, that is both yours and my role on this podcast when we're competing.
So Matt, if you like New York and LA, then
no, we're gonna go with New York and Houston for the David.
All right. Road Warriors are checking in with New York and Houston for the David. And Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
Salt Lake and Toronto.
They checked in with Salt Lake and Toronto. Unfortunately, no points will be awarded for these questions.
Color me shocked.
So the David, the correct answer is the Atlanta United FC. And let me lean this way. See the scarf back there? That would be the Minnesota United FC. So the addition of the 5 stripes and the Loons brought MLS up to 22 teams. So they are both officially the United FC, which I thought was strange that 2 expansion teams came in with technically the same name. And the Goliath, the correct answer is the Tampa Bay Mutiny. Those 4 teams that changed their names, so are still officially the same teams. The New York, New Jersey Metro Stars are now the New York Red Bulls. The Dallas Burn are now FC Dallas. The Kansas City Wiz are now Sporting KC. And the San Jose Clash are now the San Jose Earthquakes.
Anytime you name your team the Wiz, we got issues. Just saying.
How did that make it in the official newspaper poll? Was it like Wiz and just below that Admiral Akbar's?
Yes.
Should have been below that Soccer McSockerson.
The Kansas City Dry Rubs or something like that would have been better.
No, that's Memphis. That'd be Memphis.
It might have made more sense for him to be the Oz rather than the Wiz.
Yeah.
But
Heck yeah, exactly. Right.
Question for David. In 2004, what tight end led the NFL in receptions with 102? Question for Goliath. In 1985, what running back led the league in receptions with 92?
We're going to check in.
All right, the Heart Foundation is checked in. So, Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
So if you think that David is a callback from a previous episode, then do you think his Goliath is a callback from a different episode too?
Perhaps, but I don't. What callback would that be?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember many questions about
running backs.
Some of those guys that we named here, but I think that David.
You want to go with David? Let's go with David then.
All right, we'll check in with Dallas Clark for David.
Okay, Road Warriors check in with Dallas Clark for David. And Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
We checked in with the Goliath of Roger Craig.
And you checked in with the Goliath of Roger Craig. So we'll start with the David. The correct answer to the David question is Tony Gonzalez. He is third all-time in receptions with 1,325, behind only Jerry Rice and Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, we were stuck between those two.
And the correct answer to question for Goliath is Roger Craig.
Oh, wow.
He is 99th all-time in receptions with 566. So even though he led the league one season, that's set most of, that was over a sixth of his catches in one season.
He figured he got them all out of the way after that.
Let's just run.
All right, on to the last pair of questions for David v. Goliath. Question 5, David. What four-time Defensive Player of the Year holds the record for the worst career free throw percentage at 41.7%? Question 5, Goliath. Who holds the record for consecutive free throws made in the NBA with 97?
You want to check in with that, Scott?
Yep.
Yeah, I that just sticks in my brain that there was something about what I said there. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and check in.
All right. Road Warriors have checked in. So Heart Foundation, you guys can talk it out.
I feel pretty good about both. Honestly.
With the White?
No.
Oh, with Ben?
With Ben. He was awful.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how many times he won Defensive Player of the Year. Same thing with White. I know he won at least 3.
I'm pretty sure Ben won 4. I think Ben won 4.
And as far as free throws,
I don't think Dwight is below 50% bad.
He's not good. Bad. Let's not give him too much credit. He's not good at it.
No. But I feel good either way, to be honest.
So you want to go with the Goliath, Mark Price, or a Ben Wallace David?
Oh. Let's go with the Goliath. I feel pretty good about the Goliath.
All right. So 25 then.
All right. We're going to lock in with, we're going to check in.
Habit. Just a habit.
Got to remember the gimmick. I'm so used to locking in.
Yeah, well,
we're going to do Mark
checking
Price.
In with Mark Price. All
Yeah.
right, so checking in Goliath with Mark Price and the Road Warriors. What you guys got?
I'm probably wrong, but I thought I remembered that Steve Kerr held the record and that Steph Curry beat the record while he was his coach. So we said Steph Curry, but I'm pretty confident now that we're wrong.
So you checked in with Steph Curry for the Goliath. So we'll start with the David. You were correct with one of your two big men you guys were talking about, Davo and Kels. The 4-time Defense Player of the Year with the lowest free throw percentage is Ben Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
The only other player to win 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards is Dikembe Mutombo. And the correct answer to the Goliath is neither of your guys' guesses.
Oh, what?
The correct answer is Michael Williams.
Oh.
He made 97 free throws in a row
Nuggets.
for the Minnesota Timberwolves in 1993, spanning parts of 2 seasons.
No harm, no foul there.
Yeah.
So heading into halftime, we have the following scores. Road Warriors are up to 170 points, but the Hart Foundation has increased their lead. They now currently have 270 points. A lot of points left to score. It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 5 entertainment questions pertaining to sports, with each question worth 20 points. There will be a theme running through today's halftime show: Academy Award-winning actors. The term actor is used for both males and females, and Academy Award-winning actor refers to actors who won an Oscar for either leading or supporting roles. If an actor has won for writing, directing, producing, and or lifetime achievement, it does not count for these questions. Note, at least one actor for each movie won an Oscar for their role in said movie. Question 1. What 2 Academy Award-winning actors starred in the 1980 movie Raging Bull?
We'd like to check in.
You
right,
would like
Hart
to check
Foundation.
it. I was still typing.
Hart Foundation is checked in, so Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
Yeah, it's De Niro and Pesci.
Good.
Yep, Robert De Niro and Mr. Pesci. I forget his first name right now.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
So the Road Warriors checked in with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. Hart Foundation, what do you guys got?
Robert De Niro won his Best Actor Oscar in Raging Bull, and Joe Pesci will win his later in Goodfellas.
The correct answers are Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and as you said, De Niro won Best Actor in a leading role for this film. Question 2. What 3 Academy Award-winning actors starred in the 1996 movie Jerry Maguire?
Check in.
So Hart Foundation is checked in. So Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
So
I think you're right about Renee Zellweger, right? Did she win for Chicago?
Zellweger. Yep.
Did she run for Chicago, right? And then Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding.
Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding Jr. Yep.
I think so. Yep. So we'll check in with Renee Zellweger, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Tom Cruise.
All right. Road Warriors are checking in with Cuba Gooding Jr., Renee Zellweger, and Tom Cruise. And Hart Foundation, what do you guys got?
We checked in?
I did. I'm
He
so
did.
Sorry.
He checked in really early.
Yes, he did.
I'm
Really
so
quick.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
So you've seen this movie? Because I know 2.
Yes.
I know 2.
I know 2.
It's Cuba.
I know 2 as well.
Cuba, Renee, and who you got? Oh, I know.
Well,
Can I say?
They already checked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can say it's Regina King. She won an Oscar for If Bill Street Could Talk.
So Hart Foundation is checking in. I'm going to allow them to have that third name, since apparently they didn't initially. I'm going to allow it. With Cuba Gooding Jr., Renee Zellweger, and Regina King. And the correct answer is Cuba Gooding Jr., Renee Zellweger, and Regina King.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Tom Cruise has not won any Academy Awards, not even as a producer or director if he's done directing. So I thought that was a little bit of a surprise.
He was nominated.
So Cuba Gooding Jr. won Best Actor in a Supporting Role for this film. And question 3. What 2 Academy Award-winning actors starred in the 2004 movie $1 Million Baby?
Checked in. We'll check in.
Hart Foundation is checked in.
I'm not going to check in again. I'm not jumping the gun
I
again.
still don't even know what happened last time. So
Yeah, I'm still confused.
yeah.
I'm so lost.
The Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
Matt, this is Clint Eastwood, Hilary Swank, Morgan Freeman.
He only asked for 2.
What 2 Academy Award-winning actors?
I'm just naming the cast. I can't name the cast just to get them on the right track.
Oh,
Like who's in it?
well, I think Hillary Swank won for the.
I know Hillary Swank won for
Karate
Boys
Kid
Don't
3.
for Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Karate Kid 3.
And Clint Eastwood, right?
Clint Eastwood was one for like Gran Torino and a couple of. I mean, he's won
Yeah.
a couple of Academy Awards. So yeah, we'll check in with Hillary Swank and Clint Eastwood.
Road Warriors are checked in with Hillary Swank and Clint Eastwood. Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
If I may, Davo, if you don't mind.
Oh, please.
My cohorts, Clint Eastwood was nominated twice for Best Actor and never won. In 92 and 04. He did win Best Director those years. But Morgan Freeman won his Oscar for $1 Million Baby, along with Hillary Swank picking up her second. Her first one was in Boys Don't Cry.
Right.
So Heart Foundation is checking in with Hillary Swank and Morgan Freeman, which is the correct answer. And Kels, you are correct. Swank won for Best Actress in a Leading Role, and Freeman won his Oscar for Best Actor in a Supporting Role for this film. Moving on to question 4. What 2 Academy Award-winning actors starred in the 2009 movie The Blind Side?
We'll check in.
Heart Foundation is checked in. Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
Matt, don't jump down my throat, but I've never seen this movie.
I've never seen it either.
Okay, all right, cool. I obviously Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
This movie. I honestly couldn't tell you.
Is Bill Pullman in this movie? Isn't he the dad or something?
Michael Oher's dad?
No, well, he played.
I know. Like her husband, you mean?
Yeah.
I have
no idea who's the coach or who's.
I know Sandra Bullock and Michael Oher. Like, obviously not the actual Michael Oher. I think it's the guy that played Notorious, though, wasn't it?
No, different guy.
Was it? Okay. But it's not him anyway. So
I don't even know if number one, I don't know if Bill Pullman was in the movie. Number 2, I don't even know if Bill Pullman won an Oscar before. So
I don't think he has, even if he's in the movie. I mean, which is a travesty. I think he should have won for Casper, but
back to Casper. I'll bet you $1 that's on Hulu right now. Scott's getting paid from Hulu.
It probably
Rolling Aliens was a tour de force.
It probably is. I have no idea. Do you want to go with like the guy who's in a ton of sports movies and then you kind of forget he is, and Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid? He was in that movie?
No, I don't know. I have no idea who the second person is, so I'm throwing out a guess.
Win an Oscar for something?
I don't think so.
Rookie, I think.
The Rookie, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Inner Space.
No, he won for Day After Tomorrow, of course.
I'm good with whatever you want to go with, buddy. I'm fine. I don't care. I care, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, I don't know either. So let's just name an Oscar winner. Do you want to probably maybe an actress?
What's the gal that wins all the time?
Meryl Streep?
Yeah, let's go with her. Sure.
Okay, sure. We'll check in with Sandra Bullock and Meryl Streep.
All right. Road Warriors have checked in with Sandra Bullock and Meryl Streep. Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
Sandra Bullock is correct. She won her Oscar for The Blind Side.
Yep.
And the tutor of Michael Oher was Kathy Bates, who won an Oscar for Misery.
Once again, Kels is just wiping up this category. The correct answers are Sandra Bullock and Kathy Bates.
I'm an Oscar nerd. I apologize.
No apologies. Hey,
fine, yeah,
I didn't realize that this was hitting one of your sweet spots as well.
Yeah, this is it. This is the one.
This is.
In hindsight, Matt, Kathy Bates probably would have been a great guess. I'm thinking about it. Like
the Academy Awards night is the night where my wife stays up the latest that she ever stays up, and I go to sleep the earliest because I'm like, boring. This is stupid.
All right. So, Road Warriors, the good thing is there's only one question left.
Thank goodness.
And that's question 5. What 2 Academy Award-winning actors starred in the 2010 movie The Fighter?
We'll check in.
Heart Foundation is checked in. Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
I think we can check in, Matt. I think this is Mark Wahlberg.
Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg.
Did Wahlberg win like a supporting? I don't think he's ever won Best Actor.
I think he's won a supporting one before. Has Christian
For
Bale
what?
won before? Who played the girlfriend in The Fighter?
I I think actually she might be one of the answers, though.
I remember seeing some sort of thing about it, because she was kind of playing kind of a strung out drug addict, right? No, that was Christian Bale's character was the strung out drug addict, right?
He wasn't acting.
Whoa.
We just lost Christian Bale as a listener. Good job.
Christian Bale's not going to listen anymore.
We're not Matt Prater or Christian Bale. Neither one of them are listening to our podcast.
Yeah, I can't.
That should be the title of this episode. But you think it's Christian Bale, but not Mark Wahlberg, or it's Mark Wahlberg?
I don't feel strongly about either one of them.
I don't feel strongly about any of them. I'm surprised
either one of them could have snuck in as a supporting actor, I suppose. But
Mark Wahlberg,
like American
clicks
Hustle.
in my brain that he was in. Oh, yeah. So you think Christian Bale won it for American Hustle?
I don't know. I'm just naming movies that maybe he could have snuck a supporting actor Oscar out of. That was terrible.
He's been in a bunch of good movies. I mean,
Transformers.
Oh,
Christian
Wahlberg?
Bale was in Transformers? Oh, you're thinking of Mark Wahlberg.
About Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Wahlberg won for like The Perfect Storm or something. I have no idea. Like The Departed, I don't think he won for that.
Nominated.
That was a great supporting role that he had, though. So
you want to say
acting when
Christian
you
Bale and the gal who dated Mark Wahlberg?
I can't remember her name at all. But so let's just go with the two people we know are in the movie, even if we know it's wrong, so we don't sound as
Wahlberg and Bale.
Yeah.
All right, Road Warriors have checked in with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. And Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
Kels.
Yeah.
This is what every Hart Foundation match was.
That's true.
Bret Hart would get in there, get beat up, and then Bret Hart would be in there for 35 minutes.
You guys are half right. Christian Bale won his Oscar for The Fighter. And Melissa Leo is the other Academy Award.
Yep.
So the answer is correct, Kels, but your bit about Christian Bale is not. Melissa Leo,
She won
for Best Supporting Actress. Christian Bale just won.
Oh, he won for
Was that when he was Dick Cheney? Did he win for? Was that the Dick Cheney role?
I don't think so. It was.
Okay, I got to look it up now. That's driving me crazy.
I thought he won for.
Hold on.
For playing Dick Eklund.
Hasn't he won two?
Has he won
He's
two?
only won one.
I thought he won two.
And y'all were referring to
for Batman.
And Amy Adams was
Christian
the
Bale.
girlfriend in The Fighter.
One Oscar. Hold on, I'm almost there. Nominee, winner. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. He did win for The Fighter. I didn't think he did, and I didn't have that in my notes. So Kels knows things better than me. So both of them won because Melissa Leo did win for The Fighter.
When it comes to Oscar trivia, we just drop it and walk
I am
away.
certainly not. I will never question Kels on Oscar things if I ever get a chance to have more trivia stuff with him. Oof. So yes, the correct answer was Christian Bale and Melissa Leo, both who won for their roles.
This was a sports podcast at one point, just FYI. No, just kidding. I'm just
all of those movies
I know,
are sports movies.
I'm just trying to think of a wise-ass comment to make.
You guys are like two girls running for homecoming queen. Every time you guys get together, it's just constant jazz back and forth.
All right. So heading into the second half, or heading into the second half, we have the following scores. Road Warriors only picked up 20 points in the halftime, so they have 190. The Hart Foundation swept the halftime. They are up to 370 points. There's still points to be had, but Road Warriors need to start getting some right answers.
We need better questions, then we'll get.
Yeah. What happened here? What happened to Scott? Just so you guys are aware, every single time Bombeck is the host, Scott just rakes.
Hey, there's a first time for everything, man.
Right. Yep.
Now we'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Benchwarmers TP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. And if you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks. Now on to the second half. Today's third quarter will be The Missing Link. This quarter consists of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with a correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with a correct answer to the theme after the 5th question. Question 1. What Big Ten university made its first appearance in the NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament in 2017?
Hey, I think they're both good answers. I don't.
Yeah, we can roll.
I tend to want to go with yours because you've been doing so well. You're on a hot streak.
It was the Oscars.
I know.
I can't think of a single basketball player from either of those.
Okay.
So
which one do you want?
We can roll.
Column A, column B.
We can roll with yours.
Okay. We'll check in.
All right. Heart Foundation is checked in, so Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
So the only reason I think it's Nebraska is because we were in Nebraska with my wife and watching, I think they lost to Oregon in the second round. But I'm not even confident that they didn't make it before when they were in the Big 12 or in the Big 8.
Right.
I know that Nebraska historically has a terrible basketball program. But then again, I think so does Northwestern's one of those teams where they seem to be pesky, but they're always at the bottom.
Yeah, I remember them in the NIT a lot. Penn State and Northwestern are always in the NIT.
Because the strength of the Big Ten schedule, even if you're a moderate team, you're going to get pounded by Michigan State, Ohio State, Indiana,
right. So
Illinois.
He said that, they made their first one in 2017. For some reason, I'm not inclined to think that Nebraska, that wouldn't be really a big deal if it only took them 5 years.
Well, no, he didn't say that they made it the first time in 2017 as a Big Ten school. He just said,
but
what Big Ten school made their first appearance in 2017?
No, I know.
So you're leaning towards Northwestern?
I mean, I don't have any actual evidence to support.
The evidence that I do have is I know that Nebraska was good for one season here a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I have no idea if Northwestern has been good enough to make the dance anytime within the past 10 years.
Right.
I think they did have one season where they were halfway decent, but I don't remember what year that was, if that was 4 years ago, 10 years ago, or last year.
Okay. How do you feel about Rutgers and or Penn State?
I have no clue about Rutgers. I have no idea. But they're like, Rutgers is like New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
How could they not have a good basketball program from time to time? I mean, they got a ton of unbelievably crazy talent there in the Northeast.
Yeah, but no, everyone's going to Syracuse or,
Nova,
yeah.
Xavier, Georgetown.
Temple, so.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I mean, let's go with Nebraska.
All right, we'll go ahead and check in with Nebraska, and if I get it wrong, then Scott's going to throw something at me.
I'm not.
So sorry, you guys checked in with Nebraska?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Road Warriors have checked in with Nebraska. Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
Northwestern.
And the correct answer is Northwestern University. They were a number 8 seed, but beat number 9 seed Vanderbilt in the first round and lost to number 1 seed Gonzaga in the second round. Matt, Nebraska has been to the NCAA tournament 7 times, including a 4-year stretch from 91 to 94 where they went every year. And Rutgers has been 6 times, but they haven't been there since 1991. Question 2. Damian Lillard was the 6th overall pick in the 2012 NBA draft out of what university?
We can check in.
Road Warriors are checked in. So Heart Foundation, you guys can talk it out.
I only see him in one jersey right now, and he's waving by Russell Westbrook.
Right.
It's the only jersey I can see him in.
I know McCollum came out of a small school too.
Did he go to school in like on the West Coast? Or am I making that up?
He's a West Coast guy. It makes sense.
Was it in Washington somewhere? It wasn't Washington, I don't think.
He didn't go to Washington. I have a notion.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Roll with
But
it.
you guys can actually say names out loud. They had checked in. So
Yeah, but we're doing. I'm being extra tricksy.
Ooh, roll with it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's roll with it.
Okay, we'll check in.
Well, hold on. Well,
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Kels is the only one allowed to check in from us, apparently. I think it was a smaller school. Oh.
See.
Yeah.
I don't know if he went to school in in a Power 5 conference though. I don't know. I'm drawing up a blank.
He didn't go he didn't go Power 5 because he came out of a very small school.
Where did he go? Mississippi Valley State?
No, I think it was West Coast. Scott knows. I mean, he's just waiting for us.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players. So,
yeah. Where'd he go to school?
I'll tell you in a minute.
I got nothing. I'm gonna be mad when I hear it, but
me too. All right, we're gonna check in with our guests.
all right. What is your guess?
Washington State.
So you checked in with Washington State
Mm-hmm.
University and Road Warriors. What do you guys got?
It's a much smaller school than that. McCollum went to Lehigh. Lillard went to Weber State.
The correct answer is Weber State University.
What's your stance on swearing on your show? Because Kels is about to go off.
Well, if you swear, we'll whistle that out. We have a whistle. So Lillard was a 2-time Big Sky Player of the Year in 2010 and 2012, and his number 1 is retired by Weber State. The theme-linked answers thus far are Northwestern University and Weber State University.
Kels, did you have Weber State? Is that why you're gonna yell at
it
him?
was no, that's not it. I was seeing the initials for the college.
Right.
It's like, man, I know it's not as big as Washington State, but I feel like that's very close. Are Weber State's colors like is there purple in there?
I know he went. I don't know anything about the school. The only person I know that's ever gone to that school, so I have no idea.
All right, moving on to question 3. What team did back-to-back batting champions Michael Kadire in 2013 and Justin Morneau in 2014 play for?
We can check in.
We can check in.
Road Warriors are checked in, so Hart Foundation, if you've got your answer, you can tell me what it is.
They played for the Twins.
So you're checking with the Twins?
Yeah.
All right. Hart Foundation is checked in with the Twins and Road Warriors. What do you guys got?
They played for the Colorado Rockies.
And the correct answer is the Colorado Rockies. However, both players did have 11-year stints with the Minnesota Twins prior to playing for the Rockies.
If I got an answer about Michael Kadire wrong, my wife would murder me. She has one love, and that's not me. That is Michael Kadire.
So the theme-linked answers thus far are Northwestern University, Weber State University, and the Colorado Rockies. Okay, moving on to question 4. The Rochester Royals were one of the original 17 teams for the NBA. After their third move in 1985, they became what current NBA franchise?
We can check that in, Matt.
Oh, you know it? Okay, cool.
We can check in as well.
Well, then let's start with the Hart Foundation. What do you guys have for an answer?
I believe the Royals became the Kings, and that would put them in Sacramento.
So the Hart Foundation is checking in with the Sacramento Kings. Road Warriors, what you got?
Also checked in with the Sacramento Kings.
And both teams are correct. It is the Sacramento Kings. Their first move was to Cincinnati, and their second move was to Kansas City, where they changed their team name to the Kings so as not to be confused with the baseball team. So the theme-linked answers thus far are Northwestern University, Weber State University, Colorado Rockies, and Sacramento Kings. So question 5. What current NFL team's marching band was the subject of the ESPN's 30 for 30 episode, The Band That Wouldn't Die?
We can check in.
We can check in.
All right. Heart Foundation, what do you guys got for an answer?
The Baltimore Colts marching.
Let me just give you a rephrase real quick here. I'm going to let you give it a thought here for a second. I said, what current NFL team? Although maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should penalize you guys.
Come
for
on
that.
now.
All right. You know what? Since you guys have the lead, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Heart Foundation checked in with the Baltimore Colts as an answer.
It was the Baltimore Colts. It is the Baltimore Ravens.
But the correct answer is the Baltimore Ravens. I'm sorry, Heart Foundation. I did say what current NFL team.
It's all good.
I jumped the gun. That was my bad.
So this band, they helped campaign for football to return to Baltimore after the Colts moved. And because they stayed in Baltimore after the Colts left, the band is nicknamed the Band That Would Not Die. The Washington football team, which we will not say their name, are the only other NFL team that currently has a marching band. So the theme-linked answers for this round are the Northwestern University, Weber State University, Colorado Rockies, Sacramento Kings, and Baltimore Ravens. The Road Warriors were the first to check in with a theme-linked answer after the second question. What did you guys come up with for your theme?
Teams that wear purple, Josh.
Heart Foundation also checked in with a theme guess after the third question. And what did you guys come up with for a theme?
Purple.
And the theme, in fact, is teams that all have purple as a primary color, aka teams that wear purple. And I do believe I deserve some credit for not including a Minnesota Vikings question.
we applaud you.
Indeed, you do. Indeed, you do.
You didn't go obvious. We like it.
So after the third quarter, we have the following scores. The Road Warriors are making up some ground. They currently have 370 points, and the Heart Foundation has the lead with 460 points. So it's only a 90-point difference heading into the fourth quarter.
That was totally my bad. I should never check in without Kels.
Dude, it's all right. It's all right.
That brings us to the fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 5 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total. The categories for today are as follows. Question 1, Super Bowl champions. Question 2, NBA Hall of Famers. Question 3, active NHL players. Question 4, World Series MVPs. And question 5, NCAA champions. It is now time for the teams to place their wagers. And just send those to me via chat when you have your wagers. Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question 1, in Super Bowl champions. Who is the only person to play on 3 consecutive Super Bowl championship teams?
We'll check in.
Heart Foundation is checked in. So Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think Dion played those 2 years with the Cowboys, and then he played with the 49ers the next year, and they beat the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
We'll go ahead and check in with Deion Sanders.
All right, Road Warriors have checked in with Deion Sanders and Heart Foundation.
We're checking in with Charles Haley.
You are checking in with Charles Haley. Unfortunately, both teams are incorrect. However, you both have the right 2 teams. The correct answer is Ken Norton. He was a member of the Cowboys for Super Bowls 27 and 28, and he joined the 49ers to help them win Super Bowl 29.
The wagers there? We didn't.
Oh yeah. What did Road Warriors? What did you guys wager?
We wagered 100.
And Heart Foundation, how much did you wager?
You wagered 80.
So points lost for question 1. Question 2, in NBA Hall of Famers. What Hall of Famer was selected 40th overall by the Phoenix Suns in the 1974 NBA draft? the lowest NBA draft pick to be inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame? Hart Foundation is checking in.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
Matt, if you feel good about it, fine. I got nothing. So
I'm pretty sure that Dr. J made his intentions known that he was going to go to the ABA and he was not going to go to the NBA because he wasn't going to get the contract that he wanted. But the Suns drafted him late in the second round, thinking that they were going to at least have control of him when he came back to the NBA. But that was 74, and the NBA and ABA didn't merge until 76. And his rights at that time was in New Jersey, and they sold it to Philadelphia when the NBA and ABA merged because he was with New Jersey and the ABA. So I'm pretty sure it's Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
I don't think it's Dr. Dre.
It was not Dr. Dre. So I'm like 80% sure it's Dr. J.
Okay.
We are going to go ahead and check in for 100 points with Dr. J, Julius Erving.
So Road Warriors check in for 100 points with Dr. J. And Hart Foundation, what do you guys got?
I was thinking that Dr. J got drafted by the Hawks for some reason. But anyway.
Our answer may not be wrong, even though Matt had built a compelling case.
It was very nice.
He does that a lot, and then it's still wrong.
Yeah, I could still be wrong.
Yeah.
Very well.
Davo.
We checked in for 100 points with Dennis Johnson.
And the Hart Foundation checks in with Dennis Johnson. Unfortunately, everybody's losing points again. The correct answer is George Gervin.
What?
The Iceman.
After 2 seasons, after 2 seasons in the ABA playing for the San Antonio Spurs, Gervin became NBA eligible in time for the 1974 NBA draft. The Phoenix Suns selected Gervin in the 3rd round with the 40th pick. However, Gervin elected to stay in the ABA and kept playing for the Spurs. So similar to Matt's, obviously there were a number of players who did that. And this was George Gervin.
Well, your explanation was compelling.
All right. As we keep chugging along with wrong answers in the 4th quarter.
And now on to another wrong answer.
And now a hockey question.
Oh, man.
Question 3 in active NHL players. Who is the active leader in career points?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we'll check in, yes.
Road Warriors are checked in. So now, Hart Foundation, you guys can talk it out.
I'm thinking either Crosby or Ovechkin.
Yeah, said the kid or...
But there's always that weird, like, Jaromir Jagr still playing for some god-awful reason. Or
he'd have to be like in his 60s now, right?
He was playing up until like 2 years ago. He's played for like 10 teams.
Well, he's not playing now, though, right?
I don't believe so. Well, no one's playing now if we're going to get technical.
They started up their camps again. So.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
August 1st.
So it's not Jonathan Tays or Marian Hossa.
No, not Marian Hossa.
So
yes, that's your limit?
Yeah. I've reached my ceiling.
Oh, my God. Joe Thornton's played forever, but he's not that big a point scorer.
Okay, so who scores points? Who runs Bartertown?
Crosby and Ovechkin.
Okay, all right.
Who runs Bartertown?
So
I'm leaning toward Ovechkin, honestly.
Yeah, I know he scores a lot. It was a big deal.
Yeah,
when he finally won. So
yeah, okay. We'll check in with an answer.
We have to
for
say
stakes, for actual points.
Yeah.
So you're checking in with?
For 40 points, Alexander Ovechkin.
All right, so Hart Foundation's checked in for 40 points with Alexander Ovechkin. And Road Warriors, what do you guys got?
Say it, Scott.
Yeah, we wagered 0 points on this one. No surprise. And checked in with the pride of the Minnesota North Stars. Then he got injured, so then he had to coach a bunch of kids in a Pee-wee league. Then with Gordon Bombay.
That's how that was going. It's beautiful.
Road Warriors check in with Gordon Bombay for 0 points. Unfortunately, once again, neither team has a correct answer. However, towards the end of your discussion, Davo, you did say the correct answer.
It's Jagr, isn't it?
No, it is Joe
Thornton.
He has 1,509 points 420 goals, but he is the active leader in assists with 1,089.
Does that count?
I forget how long he's been playing.
To make you feel better,
Yeah.
Alex Ovechkin is second with 1,278 points.
Can we get half of our bet then?
And no.
That would make me feel even better.
Sid the Kid Crosby is third with 1,263 points.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I'm just dragging the team down, Kels.
Dude,
I'm so sorry.
Like, I was going to do better. I don't even know who Joe Thornton.
Marion Hossa.
Marion Hossa. Patrick Kane.
Just because it's getting interesting, Josh, we should do a score update now.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we should do a score update. After 3 incorrect guesses consecutively for both teams,
They get shut out all across the board.
the Road Warriors have lost 200 points and are down to 170. And the Hart Foundation has lost 220 points and is down to 240. So it is only a 70-point game heading into the last 2 questions.
I have an important question for you, Josh.
Yes.
When we get all the rest of these wrong and we both tie with 0, do you have an overtime question for us ready?
I always have overtime questions.
Cue it up. Let's go.
Question 4 in World Series MVPs. 3 players have won World Series MVP twice. 2 were starting pitchers and 1 was an outfielder. Name 2 of these players.
All right, we're going to go ahead and check in.
All right, Road Warriors have checked in. So, Hart Foundation, you guys can talk it out.
Should I? So I believe I'm wearing one of them.
Yes.
And I really think that Bob Gibson and Sandy Koufax, like they alternated, like winning World Series and MVPs, because both were very dominant. But I feel comfortable with either.
Well, let's go. We'll go with your gut, man. You take this one.
Oh, don't do that.
I like the answers too. I like them too. It's just I feel like if I say them, it will transmute the paper to be wrong. So why don't you say it?
Yeah, but you like Sandy more.
I do.
Because I'm pretty sure both of them won. But we're gonna check in with Mr. October, Reggie Jackson, and Sandy Koufax.
For how many points?
70.
70 points.
All right, so the Hart Foundation has checked in with 70 points with Sandy Koufax and Reggie Jackson. Road Warriors, what do you guys got?
Yeah, we clued in on Reggie Jackson pretty quickly.
Thanks to the shirt. It was the shirt entirely.
Yes.
I know I
was
should have
a
went
shirt.
with Dr. J.
But then I tossed around a whole bunch of Yankees pitchers from the 2000s, and we couldn't come across one that we thought was a good answer. So then Scott said older guys, and I said, well, back in the 60s, Bob Gibson and Sandy Koufax went back and forth all the time, and Koufax was dominant. But we checked in with Reggie Jackson and Bob Gibson. I know he had that 168 where he had like a 2.1 ERA or something ridiculous. So Bob Gibson, Reggie Jackson.
For how many points?
85.
So Road Warriors checked in for 85 points with Bob Gibson and Reggie Jackson. And we already heard the Hart Foundation checked in for 70 points with Sandy Koufax and Reggie Jackson. The correct answers are Reggie Jackson, Bob Gibson,
Come on.
and Sandy Koufax.
Ooh.
So Koufax won his 2 in 1963 and 65 for the LA Dodgers. Gibson won his in 64 and 67, like you said, kind of going back and forth for the St. Louis Cardinals. And Jackson won them in 1973 for the Oakland A's and in 1977 for the New York Yankees.
3 home runs.
Points all around.
Mr. October.
So, but with the points all around, since the Road Warriors had 15 more points on the wager, they've closed the gap a little bit more. Heading into the final question, we have the Road Warriors with 255 points and the Hart Foundation with 310 points.
You shouldn't really stress out when you wear a sweater because it gets really hot.
No. It's warm out here, man.
Circulation, man. It's Arkansas.
All right.
Everywhere.
The final question of the fourth quarter in NCAA Champions. What school has won the most NCAA Division I men's ice hockey championships?
Okay.
He tricked you with another hockey question, Scott.
Connor McDavid.
He did not play college hockey.
I'm about 90% sure on this, Scott. So
Maybe don't say that. We don't have to give them any sort of indication how confident we are.
oh no, I don't think that. I wrote a question about this for Sports Trivia Face Off.
Oh, he's in the
So
zone.
I'm just trying to remember if I know for sure which one it was.
You can type all this to me. You don't need to cast it. Jack. This is what he does. How is it that you're 90% sure, but then you say it's between two? Wouldn't you be 50% sure in that case?
He's 100% sure that it's one of the two. You split that how you
He's
like.
90% sure it's one of two.
So he's 45% sure.
40,
Yeah.
Actually, 45%.
60%
You wanna
of
lock
the
in,
time.
man?
Yeah, it works 100%. Yeah, we can
Want to
lock.
lock in?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll lock in.
All right. So the Heart Foundation is checked
Checking
in.
in.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
I wasn't official yet because I said locking into my part.
That's right.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
All right. So are you guys
We are
officially going to check in?
officially checking in
All right.
on the Benchwarmer
Heart Foundation
Sports
has
Trivia Podcast.
officially checked in. So Road Warriors, you guys can talk it out.
So the question that I wrote about this was about appearances in the Frozen Four championship game. And I know that Michigan, North Dakota, and Minnesota are like 14, 13, and 12. But I'm like 90% sure that Michigan has 8 championships and North Dakota has like 6 and Minnesota has 5 or something like that. So I'm, like I said, 90% sure it's Michigan.
Okay. You're not
So
getting
we're going to go ahead and check in
Check it
with
in.
the University of Michigan.
All right. For how many points?
85.
So the Road Warriors are checking in for 85 points with Michigan. And Heart Foundation, what do you guys got?
We went with North Dakota, and I'm checking in. We are checking in with 25 points.
All right. And the Heart Foundation is checking in for 25 points with North Dakota. The correct answer with 9 total championships, Michigan.
Ugh.
Denver and North Dakota have each won 8. Wisconsin has won 6. Boston College, Boston University, and Minnesota have each won 5.
That math did not work out for us.
It did not.
So the game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. The Heart Foundation finishes with 285 points, and our clipboard captains of the game, who are receiving the coveted Gary Kubiak Award with 340 points, the Road Warriors.
Hey, woohoo!
on a hockey
All-
question.
It all
nonetheless.
came down to the final question. So that was an exciting game, guys. Davo and Kels, thanks for joining us today.
It's our pleasure.
It was a pleasure having you on our podcast. Before we end the episode, is there anything you guys would like to say? And feel free to promote your podcast.
Well, we've had a fun time. This was really good. On our show, we have a bunch of people who are on our show that are anti-sports ball. They don't do any of the sports at all. So this is a welcome exercise for those trivia muscles. If you'd like more trivia of a different sort, pop on over to Brain Ladle Trivia. We've been doing it for a while. I think you'll like our show. If you like this show, which is a great show, you'll like ours as well. So Brain Ladle Trivia is where you can find us.
Absolutely. I will second that recommendation. It's a good listen.
Just like to say that I appreciate the cup of coffee in the big time. Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
And don't think we're going to forget this defeat, guys.
No.
We're coming back. We're coming back for them tag team titles. We want them.
I sweat my ass off for a victory. Yeah, I didn't get it. So.
Since this thing started, basically, I've been clamoring to get an all wrestling episode. it sounds like you guys would be game for something like that.
Yes.
Happy to have you guys back on for that.
Absolutely.
Can do that because I make the questions then. I want to compete. You guys can compete. We've got Mike Williams wants in on that. Dan could hold his own. We definitely Matt from Triviality could come on. Like we can have a 6-man tag match even if we want. Like I would be happy to team with you two.
Yeah.
To take on 3 other, maybe a bench warmer and 2 other guests or something like that.
Yeah.
It's good game, Josh. I appreciate you writing. You always write high quality games. I appreciate it.
Very good game.
I always win them.
Hey, Scott, you ended up still pulling out a victory,
even
though it wasn't looking good for a while.
I don't know how that happened. I'll tell you right now, they deserved that win just from Kels alone.
You did
like that.
Yeah.
So, though we didn't have a music halftime, it was a pleasure to watch Kels work with the Academy Award winners.
Absolutely,
dude. You crushed that halftime.
I wasn't expecting it, but I appreciate it.
That's in the bench warmers. That'll be in the Hall of Fame one day for one of the most impressive rounds.
You'll be in our lore.
That's up there with like Andrew naming every current hockey coach.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
That's up there with that.
Thanks for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, and until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.